trick, clean the lens, and you've instantly got a clearer picture.
Right.
Well, when I saw, I've got a bit of the COVID weeping, dropping everyone into breakout here. Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to Be Video Confident. And I would like you all to like, follow down there, and enjoy today's show. So today it is Amberth, Designs on Business Growth with Online Video.
Hello.
Hi Inga, hi.
Hello everyone.
Inga is the host of Kitchen Conversations live stream show, and you'll find that on the Amberth Kitchens YouTube channel. How do I know Inga? Because I produce it, and Inga is has graduated from the Be Video Confident course and is absolutely flying. And this is going to be a really interesting chat because we're going to find out the impact of video on Inga's business. And that's online video, but also just video in her business. Inga founded Amberth with her husband and business partner, Piotr Wojciechowski, in 2006, and have gone and grown to be an award-winning kitchens and bathrooms design and build company based in trendy North London. Amberth specialise in boutique, high-end, individually designed, absolutely beautiful work, and professionally installed kitchens and bathrooms. If you look at her Instagram, if you follow them on House, look at the website, really wonderful stuff, wonderful attention to detail, really lovely. They've got a lot of really strong values, and one is managing the process from design to completion. They do build lasting relationships and with their clients. It's always such a pleasure to work with Inga, and it just goes from strength to strength because you get to a point where she's batting for you, she's looking for the best for you and the best solution, and that really does eliminate that unnecessary stress for your clients. So welcome Inga.
Welcome. Well, hello. Hello.
Well, it's funny for you because you're on the interviewing side, interviewee side rather than interviewing side.
Yes, I've just realized that it's actually quite a different perspective when you're hosting and actually you're a guest. So I'm a little bit nervous, but okay.
Brilliant. Well, nerves are just so important because that's what gets you to the top of your game. It's such a positive feeling.
Yeah, I think it pushes you and motivates you to do better.
Yeah, you're right. So this year, 2022, this January, you launched a new live stream show,
Yes.
Kitchen Conversations.
Yes, thank you.
Could you tell us a bit about it?
This is something that we've worked on and talked about for some time. The idea behind Kitchen Conversation was to bring more of a trade knowledge to the wider audience and residential and clients and homeowners. I really wanted to give people the access to expertise and knowledge of the experts who I invite to the table and who I have a conversation with. Designing a kitchen is a very complicated process, and sometimes people don't realize until they start going into it, especially if you go into bespoke custom-made product. There is lots of aspects to take into consideration and think about. For our customers, we make sure that we not only take into consideration the design itself, but the functionality and how it's used and how that would improve their lifestyle, would add value to the home, and would make them proud of the home. So I think that's quite important.
Yeah, it is, and I know a lot about it because I produce it. Um, and I've just learned so much from you because you're inviting industry experts. So, we've had somebody from stainless steel sinks. Now, I just thought stainless steel sinks, that's what it is. But actually, it was incredibly fascinating because you've selected to work with a company that really does, it reflects your values. You know that they're a good product. They've got longevity, they've got sustainability, which all matches with your values. And when you bring them to the show, they're talking to you in a very kind of trades way. And I find that fascinating because to me, it's like, wow, this is kind of really high top level conversation. But because you deal with your clients so much, you are the face of Amberth, and you really do get to know your clients. You bring the conversation back down to my needs and my interests. So I find that fascinating how you balance that out.
Thank you very much. That was something that I really wanted to do because we do get this training on regular basis. We've got reps coming to the studio. We go to their showrooms and we get a on training on the product. But how do we translate it into the design and conversation with our client is a different thing, because for our clients it's something very personal and something that they need to really understand and touch and feel. And also there is such a huge choice of products, and I think it's important to give them a little bit of expertise and knowledge, and share that knowledge and share that expertise with them, and to allow them to make the right choice for them. That was the purpose of the kitchen conversations.
Yeah, and I think that really does work. You really are creating content that's really insightful. It's great for designers and architects, but it's really, really great for potential clients or people who can't afford the bespoke, can't afford the high end, but really would like to know what is out there and what to look for.
But that saying that, although we work in bespoke range of the product, and it's quite unique and individual, um, the conversations will help people who want to go for standard product as well. It's just for them to understand what to take into consideration, how to approach the kitchen design. So when they go and meet with their kitchen designer, they can actually ask the right questions, and they can actually look at the right product. Because the show is broken down into episodes, and each episode is dedicated to a different product or different subject, I think they can kind of jump in and come to any episode. So if someone is looking for stainless steel worktop, they can just go and watch that and actually find out more about that. Or, they've just been stuck on the sink, or they're considering a hot water tap for because they heard that it's a new thing. What is it? Why should we consider that? So I think I thought that breaking it down into stages, similar to the way you design a kitchen and how you would approach the process, should make it easier for people to take it in, and they can take it in their own time. They can watch it at any time because, as you mentioned, it's on our YouTube channel. So they can come in and out of it, and of course we are always here to answer the questions. So it's it would be nice for people to contact us, give us feedback, but also if we missed something, it's always good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you get here? So lockdown, how did that
Yes.
affect you? Really sort of one of those industries that relies on that personal meeting of people. And then how did that change in 2021?
2021 was a year of changes for us. I must say, my team embraced it completely. They were brilliant. They actually were so supportive. Helped me and Piotr to take it to the next level. Actually, as it came up, when the lockdown was announced, we actually sat down at the desk and just did the brainstorming. What are we going to do? Many of those ideas didn't go far, but many of them just shoot off. So within 24 hours, we were online. We were like, okay, let's do Zoom. We had inquiries, we had people, we had projects in progress where we are a small family-owned company, and we work with individual rooms like kitchens or bathrooms. So we had a family just stuck at home with no bathroom because we were working on it. So we had to really think very quickly, implement the changes, follow the rules, but also make our clients comfortable. And I must say, video conferencing was the first thing that everyone experienced. Before that, it was something very rare for us to actually use for our clients. Some of our clients live remote because we manage the whole process for clients. Some of our clients live in other areas and they own properties in London. So we did communicate over Zoom in the past, but it wasn't something that we would incorporate it into our day-to-day life and the process. But when we did, it was actually quite interesting how the situation changes the perspective for people. Before lockdown or in 2020, if I mentioned to any of our clients, oh, actually, if you want or would you be happy to meet online, I believe that probably many of them would assume that we have no time for them. And we kind of, well, why can't I just come and sit with you? You want to say time, or it's more convenient for you. When we actually, shortly after the lockdown was announced, we are online, everyone was like so excited. Everyone was like, that's brilliant, that's fantastic. And that was actually quite an interesting thing for me to watch as a business owner, as the entrepreneur, to actually how the situation sometimes changes perspective for people and how they actually approach different solutions. So yes, because of that, we didn't really stop. We were working throughout. We were seeing clients. We were sending samples to the doorstep. We were actually we implemented virtual reality, which was planned to be implemented before. It was due to be implemented around that time, but then it didn't really make sense to actually go into it because we didn't have people coming in. But what we realized are the cardboard boxes, like Google cardboard boxes, that you can put a 360 image on it. So we were sending them to clients to actually in the package for them to actually view. It was quite interesting because one client said, oh, that's brilliant. That was so good to see the bathroom. But the better thing was that we actually could watch films on this card for the whole weekend with the family. And I'm like, whoa, did you enjoy it? And they say, yes, of course. So I'm like, that's great. If we could help, you spending a bit more time with the family, enjoy the 3D films.
Oh my goodness, what a perfect freebie.
Yeah. It was nice. It was but that was part. So the video came a little bit like a natural consequence of the situation. As you go into Zoom, you talk to people, you present yourself online. And then I used to do lots of networking face to face. Many of those groups transferred onto online and Zoom. And that's that's how it kind of, I think it was the natural transition into video. The only thing is that I've never done it. I didn't know much about it, and that's why when we met and we linked on social media, and
Yeah.
it was actually brilliant thing for me to look at and consider. So be video confident was great thing for me to actually not only build my confidence but learn some technical aspects,
Yeah.
because we are very much hands-on. We
Mm.
actually do a lot. I wanted to know, and I think that comes with because of the company and because of the way we work.
Mm-hmm.
I want to understand how things are done and how they actually are constructed. So working with you and getting for you to share your expertise and knowledge with us at the group was brilliant, and for me to understand what to look out for, it was really good.
And you know what? It was a real pleasure working with you because, we set tasks, and I mean, some of the tasks were just. I mean, there was one video you did, and it was just so funny, and it just broke the ice for everybody because everyone was at different stages of, I'm not really feeling comfortable with this, and one of the exercises you did and you shared with the group, and it was so good for me to see you having fun and then everyone just being really encouraged by that as well and kind of egging each other on to kind of just be more relaxed with it all, and also you really took it seriously, learning the technical side, the editing, and that's, I can see that now, that when you got your live show and you're thinking about your live show, you really understand the kind of the editing the backside of making a presentation,
Yeah,
which is really
I think
great.
that really helps and gives you confidence. Uh, and I need some structure. I really need something that I know what's going to go and how,
Yeah.
what is the process for it. So that gives me more confidence, peace of mind, and allows me to actually uh, prepare myself for the meeting, and to be honest, listen to the guests. It's something that I also had to learn, and it's all part of the interviewing and videos. But I think it's there's lots of learning curves, I must say. But
Yeah.
I really enjoy that, and having a producer, having a person like you behind my back, it actually it's again, it gives the confidence, and hopefully the quality of the shows is showing that we've all put a lot of effort and into it, and hopefully people will enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great show, and I think because we put a lot of thought into it, because you kind of really, well, you're an expert in this field, and because that shines through, I think it's a really insightful and powerful show. And we come to my next question, which is, you're now the face. You are the face of Amberth. Um, do you have any advice for business owners who also want to be the face of their business?
This is something that it wasn't very clear to us from the beginning. It was, I think, again, because of the situation on the market, and
Mm,
the expectations from our clients and potential clients changed. People really want to know people who are behind the brand.
yeah.
So, although at the moment with the all videos and the show, I'm very much in front. We actually pushed everyone towards um, the camera, I must say,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
first time in many years we had a proper like photo shoot of the team, the whole team, me and Piotr as well. and there is more of us on social media. You can see us, and also there will be more of our clients as well, because we now want to take the video to the next stage and actually start presenting our projects on the video, not only the
Brilliant.
stills,
Yeah.
but also use the video to actually show and present. And I believe our post is now live when we're presenting one of the bathrooms, recent projects for a bathroom, and it's
Fantastic.
recorded as a video.
Mhm.
We also, actually, the first thing I've done after I finished Be Video Confident, I interviewed one of our clients, and I had a really long testimonials, brilliant conversation with them. And that was the first thing when I used all the equipment and the mic, and I positioned the camera as I was taught, and the ring light. And I think that also was something that I would not do before. Something that I would not consider. I wouldn't really be confident enough to put myself forward and ask clients to do it on the video by me. Of course,
Yeah, it was
you can use the
great.
videographers, and then. But I think it is a very nice video. It's also on YouTube, and it can be on House as the testimonials. And I can see that people are more and more confident to go on a video. So more and more of our clients actually are happy to do it and speak to the camera. And hopefully that will help our business to be even more transparent, and show the faces, not only my face as the business owner, but also the whole team and our clients as well. So just to share the experience with us.
I mean, that's really interesting, because on the show you've interviewed your designer, and she was really insightful. And it did make me realise, that there's a lot of depth in the company. And using testimonials, which you've done them yourself. So when I do video testimonials for companies, I sit there and I'm just like amazed at how much love there is. And it's love. It's like they sit there and say, it was so great, and it's a really fantastic moment to hear a client so happy that you've solved a problem and gone beyond their expectations. And when you share that with potential customers, it's a really powerful way of promoting your business. And I like the way that you think of it as making your business more transparent.
I think it's, there is nothing more honest and transparent, probably, when you see the face of the real person talking to the camera. And those testimonials are not scripted in any way. There are some questions that we may ask, but at the end of the day, the clients share their experience as they feel it. And I think that is, and it's very emotional for people for us to hear it. And and it's as you mentioned, it's actually it's amazing that people are happy to share that, and we are always very grateful for that, because it's like a gold dust for companies.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you've got, for example, in one of your networking events, if you had somebody who said, oh, I don't do video at all, where do you think they should start? What bit of video should they do first?
What you taught us, just start step after step, and I think that's advice for any learning. We don't know where that's going to take us. I would never think I would do what I'm doing with the show and recording and being live today with you. It's just like, it's something I would never consider in 2020. And yes, I was probably the same person saying, "Oh gosh, no, no, absolutely not." But I think at the end of the day, it gives you a great opportunity to send the message, I think, and to give the message to the audience the way you think is best, the way it's you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone watching it and anyone seeing us, we are not any different if they come to see me in the studio, and I think that's also like a nice introduction for the company, that
Yeah.
people actually know what to expect, know who they meet. I'm actually amazed at how much research people now do online.
Yes.
Before they go to see someone, before I think in the past it was more going from one to another, and just seeing who you like the most, and that was something quite um, untouchable. You couldn't touch it
Mm.
because on one day you may like this person, and of course this person could present. Very often now when people come to us, they actually know us, or they say, well, I did check your website, I did check your house, I know what you do, I would like to make an appointment, I would like to sit down with you and discuss the project. So being visible, being online, uh, gives us the opportunity to actually say hello at quite early stage, present
Mm-hmm.
our company, tell people what we do, how we work, and then let them decide if we are the right company for them or not. Or it's that I think gives them a clear choice and an opportunity to actually think about what question to ask, as I mentioned before, or what they want to discuss with us, or maybe uh, they want to meet with someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that it gives the opportunities to companies to be
Mm-hmm.
present, but it also gives lets the audience, homeowners in our case, to make this unbiased decision, because it's not like you go in and you have a conversation and someone is a bit more pushy, someone is a little bit less, that they can, oh, I need to go for them or I don't, in your
Yeah.
own space. And that's what I actually found very interesting when we were doing online meetings with the clients. People felt much more comfortable in their own space. They could have a
Mm-hmm.
glass of wine,
Mm.
and just have a conversation with us,
Yeah.
rather than have a rigid time in the studio, or they have to rush, or I
Mm-hmm.
think they gave us a lot of opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah. And that's what I really like about your business. It's very, very personal. It's really personal getting your dream kitchen. So often you hear, people, oh, I'm not, it wasn't quite right. And they spend a lot of money. And I really like the way that your work is very personal. It's a lot of personal values, and that is, you get that across in all your video communications. That's really, really powerful.
Well, that's what we would like to build on.
Mm.
Building relationship with our clients is very important. We've got very long lasting clients going back as 2007, and we're still in contact, and
Fantastic.
and it's still, so it is important. And I feel actually really strongly about the fact that kitchen is the heart of your home, and it's probably more now than ever. People
Yeah.
do gather around the kitchens, people do enjoy, people, and I do see an impact on the families, on people
Interesting.
themselves, on the like personal impact, if they do get, it's so, I don't think if there is anything more valuable for us as a company, that you get the phone call from the client, you finish the project, and then you get a client on a call saying, thank you.
Wow.
I've just got my kitchen installed, and my 10-year-old and 11-year-old just served me my first breakfast to bed.
Oh
And
my God.
I can't
Breakfast in
really,
bed.
and I'm really just like, gosh. And she says they've never go into kitchen. They didn't want to go into the kitchen. I
Wow.
can't, they keep going in. They want to cook with me. They want to spend time with me. And we all gather around the kitchen. Uh, and I think it is quite important. And, the bathrooms as well. And yes, some people got different budgets.
Mm-hmm.
People can afford different things. But I think if planning is the key, and
Interesting.
again,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the purpose of the kitchen conversations. If people know what they want to get, and then they
Mm-hmm.
understand where the value is, we do get people coming, oh, can I do a bit cheaper units and then put a more expensive worktops? Yes, of course, people can do it. And sometimes it's not about how expensive the kitchen is, it's about how it is designed around people's needs and requirements, and about around the lifestyle. Because you
Mm.
can get very expensive kitchen that is not going to work for you, or you can get very cheap kitchen that's not going to work for you. And I think there is no one solution that serves all. But as soon as people understand that it's their kitchen, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something also that people say, it is my very own kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
um I think that is quite important, that people know where things go. They can easily move around it. They can, I think that was always something that I really felt quite strongly about, because it doesn't matter how much money you spend. People who decide to do their kitchen, if the budget is £5,000, that's all what they have. That's a lot of money to them.
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's important to spend it in the right way. And if people got higher budgets, our budget starts from 35, that's also the money that they all have, and it's
Mm.
a lot of money. And I think it's we always, even if we've got people visiting our studio and they say, okay, it's outside our budget, we
Mm-hmm.
always say, every one of us says, that's our card, feel free to call us, happy to advise you, give you a tip, because at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that people's got beautiful kitchens.
Wow.
That's
Wow. Well, I always remember the first time we met, and we had a conversation about the business, and you told me how the first meeting, you say to people, now go home and write down everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, you give people homework and then you
yeah.
see them. It's like brilliant. Brilliant.
Yes, we do. And we actually, although I must say, we're quite strict now about that. Because again, we see how much value is in that exercise.
Mm-hmm.
The more people give us, the more input we've got from people, uh, the better design we can execute. As I'm saying, it's all very personal, uh, and we don't know. So yes, we ask, because also people don't realize that you use your space automatically. You move
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
and you get their muscles memory, and okay, that's, you remember where things are. But
Mm-hmm.
is that the right way? So we always ask people, now go back and be more aware.
Mm-hmm.
Just think a little bit more when you move around your existing kitchen. If that is the kitchen that you wanted to replace, just be more aware of the space, and think what works, what doesn't, what you really like, because we don't want to lose it. It's not just to kind of put it all upside down, because there might be some things that really work well for people,
Yeah.
and there
Yeah.
may be some things that they just hate. So of course we
Mm.
want to avoid it. We may think, oh, they actually really cool solution, but that particular person may just not like it at all, and
Mm-hmm.
they have it, or maybe they've got, you remember we had a conversation about the corners
Yes,
after
yeah.
one of the meetings. So yes, and Le Mans and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those.
That was a show about the corners of the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I remember I sat there and I was like, oh my God, I really hate the corner of the kitchen. And I said that to you, and both, both you and your designer started talking about these really amazing solutions for corners. And I went back and kind of Googled it all, and I was like, oh, actually, I don't know why I had the kind of preconceptions that corners of kitchens are horrible and dingy.
Because yes, if you don't really optimize them and make them
Mm,
functional, they can be, yes, they usually very awkward space that you just need to have organized
mm,
access to it. But yes, that's what I'm saying, and people are sometimes surprised when we do that. But then when we
mm.
explain what is the purpose of it, they just actually say, well, actually it does make sense. We want to spend this amount of money, we
Yeah,
should actually think a little bit more what we need. And I think
fantastic.
that works, that really works.
Brilliant.
And also, visual, like mood boards,
Hmm.
uh, on house you can use the put the boards together.
Hmm.
That gives designers the insight
I
of
see.
what you wanted
Yes.
to achieve. Because
Yeah.
very often we talk to people, and of course we are the
Mm,
designers. People talk, Google something, and then it's a modern shake, or I would like modern kitchen, but actually they've got something in mind completely different. It's
hmm.
just they
Hmm.
they found this phrase, and when they show us as a part of their um, Pinterest boards
Yeah.
or boards on the house, then we say,
Hmm.
okay, that's what you mean by modern, or that's what you mean
Brilliant.
by traditional.
So
So
let me just catch that one. So you're on House, and on
yeah,
House, people can go along, put a pin together some pictures, make a mood board, and contact you at Amberth and say, this is what I'm thinking of, and then you have a conversation. Is that how it
yes.
works?
So
Great.
from house, they either send us a contact form,
Hmm.
and then we call them and follow up and actually have a conversation
Right.
about a project to find out a little bit more.
Hmm.
But then part of our initial consultation, which is free of charge and there is no commitment,
Hmm.
we ask them to put together a mood board either from Pinterest or
Brilliant.
House.
Yeah.
House is really good, I must say, because it
Hmm.
actually gives you access to different designers, but then
Hmm.
you can, and also you can check the testimonials, like many people check on ours. If there
Fantastic.
are any
Yeah.
videos, we can upload videos, so we've got lots of projects on it. So it's a really good platform for
Wow.
people to go when they in the process
Hmm.
of looking for the interiors
Great.
project.
So your videos are on House, and that gets me to my last question was where and when can we watch Kitchen Conversations?
So, Kitchen Conversations, the previous episodes are now on our YouTube channel, Amberth
Brilliant.
Kitchens. But future episodes, which is actually, we've got the next one coming tomorrow, are launched every Thursday at 7 p.m. So,
Fantastic.
Thursdays at 7 p.m. on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook.
Wonderful. And that's going to run for all of February
Yes, up to
2022?
the end of February. Yes,
Fantastic.
that's where we head into
Great.
it.
And then we can just go back to YouTube and just in our own time kind of watch those videos because they've got a lot of information on
Yes,
each. So you focus on just one product and you get a lot of information about that
yeah,
one product. Fantastic.
yes. That's
Great.
that's because when I started thinking about it, and when we had a discussion within the team, it would be a very very long video. So we decided to break it down, but go a little bit deeper
Mm,
with each guest. And I'm glad to say that the industry has been really helpful, and you know, I had lots of people interested and very enthusiastic about it. So I'm happy to see that not only me, not only I'm happy to go on video and be on a video, but also people who are usually behind the scenes.
I've got a couple of questions for you, Inga, before you go.
Oh, right, okay.
Laura here. Laura, this is an interesting chat, Yola and Inga. What are the common things people ask you to fix or change for them?
In terms of the kitchen designs?
Yeah, I think so.
Usually people, well, storage is usually the biggest question and kind of the biggest need for people. So I think it's when we redesign, because we mainly specialize, I just wanted to clarify, we mainly specialize in full redesign of the kitchen. So we design, supply and install. So we kind of start with the fresh canvas. But if it's an existing kitchen that people are replacing, that gives us an opportunity for them to review how they use the space. If it's a new property that they bought, then we usually think about a previous kitchen, what they like and what they want to store. But yes, storage is always
storage. It's the big one, isn't it? Where do I put everything?
Yeah, and that's why, again, going back to planning, you know, we had a client who packed the kitchen. We installed a new kitchen. She had some friends coming over to help her to unpack it. And then she put just boxes in front of the cupboard. And a friend of hers said, well, what are you doing? How are you going to put how do you know? And she says, no, I know exactly where everything is going to go, because that's how it's been designed. That I know where my plate's going to go, where my pot's going to go, my accessories, everything is. But that only comes with the input from the clients.
Fantastic.
And that's why we ask lots of questions.
That is a dream kitchen. Really is. Now, we've got another question here from David. So,
hello,
David. So, thank you for joining us, David. So, he's got a background in psychology, and he finds the idea of social interactionism in the planning of the kitchen absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to achieve and use this space for? And this is a fantastic seminar. Thank you for the invitation. Very impressed. So
thank you very much, David.
Fantastic. So that really is an interesting view on exactly what you've been saying.
You know, that's how, that's changed over the years. When it started the kitchen started to be more open plan, and more of the family members become more involved in cooking, and a lot thanks to the TV programs, TV shows that actually promoted cooking together. But that, well, it is great for families. It's great for people. It's fun. And I think, yes, the social interaction, especially now after 2 years being in the lockdown, I think it's quite important for all of us.
Yeah, great. Well, on that note, Inga, thank you so much. You know, and I'm looking forward to the next show.
Tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Tomorrow, 7 p.m. So Thursdays all the way through February 2022. And we're actually on the 26th of Jan. So there's one tomorrow, Thursday, the 27th of January, at 7 p.m. And you can see that on LinkedIn, on the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel for Amberth Kitchens, and or Facebook, and that'll be streaming live. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Inga. And that's it for us. We're wrapping up. So thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you very much.